Each afternoon, real setups are broken down with entry strategies and the technical reasoning behind every trade. This is today's best trade setups with Verified Investing.
Welcome to today's best trade setups. My name is Benjamin Poole, head trader here at Verified Investing. What a recovery in the markets. We had the 10-year yield that headed higher, got a nice pullback. That is actually a catalyst for the markets to continue to push up as the recovery continues. We also have USO that's kind of being neutral. I still have a shortable level for that if it does get up a little bit higher. And then the SPX, we're going to go over that upswing trend line as well as additional stocks in the charts. So here's the first one, US 10-year. Here was that gap in the charts. I was mentioning that if it got up to this level, that's where the SPY or the SPX could get a potential pullback. And as you see, we're getting a little bit of a rejection. It fell earlier, got down to 4.517%. Now we're actually going back up to this gap in the charts to retest this gap. Once we get above that, then the US 10-year actually has potential to head all the way up to about 4.688%. And this upswing trend line, pivot low here, secondary hit, third hit, ton of price consolidation is still acting as support. So again, this has the potential to continue to creep up. It's going to put a lot of pressure on the markets. Let's go into the SPX next. Upswing trend line, pivot low here, secondary hit, third hit, fourth hit, fifth hit, finally hit on Wednesday. Nope, that was Thursday. Friday, we had this huge sell-off below this upswing trend line. The more often an upswing trend line support hits, the weaker that support level gets. We're not confirmed below it yet. We haven't made a continuation move. We had a lot of support right in this area, right around 473.69 level. As you can see, we got that bounce. So if we do push up a little bit, our next level of resistance on the way up is going to be this opening candle, this red bar candle at 75.38, and it would be a retrace of this broken upswing trend line. So even though we haven't confirmed or continued the move below it, this is going to be the resistance level on the SPX. For me, what I would be looking at is another retrace up to the scene of the crime. If it does get there today, this is my shortable level. However, if it takes some time to get up there, I would be looking at this gap right here in the charts from Thursday's open or close at $7,584. That is where I would love to enter the SPX again for a short. Now I'd be using the SPY, but it'd be the same chart, but that is my swing trade short level. And then I would be looking to stop out on a daily closing basis above 76.20. So I do anticipate a little bit more of a rally to the upside, get to this gap fill, and then eventually start rolling over. So this is a little bit premature, but here's this shoulder. Could be ahead. And as long as we don't take out the high, we could put in a secondary shoulder, the right shoulder, and then this would give us an opportunity to see where the measured move is or the downside potential target is on the SPX. You're going to have a lot of support on the SPX if it gets down to 71.29 area. And then ultimately, I think it's coming back down to retest this pivot top at $7,000. Here's a chart of USO. Again, had a nice rejection already. Gap in the charts at $140.92. Now, if we can push up again into that level because it was a prior gap and it was a gap on the 3rd of June, this is going to be a ton of resistance on USO. For a short swing trade, I'm looking at $149.32 to enter a short on a swing trade basis. But 140.92 is still my level that I would be looking to short on a day trade. SOXX, upswing trend line. No logarithmic charts. Pivot low. Secondary hit. Look at this. It almost got to this gap sitting right in the charts from the gap that was created on the 22nd of May before this huge run to the upside. Came back in and got close to that gap. And now all of a sudden, not only was it the gap, but it was also the third hit of this upswing trend line, which favors a bounce. And that's exactly what happened. Never filled the gap though. So this is still going to be a ton of support if we do get down to $537.21. On the upside, what I'd be looking to do, the first level of resistance that I have in the charts is this red bar candle open and then this green bar candle open. So today I would be looking to short the SOXX at $584.38. For those of you who are a little bit more conservative, you would be waiting for this gap right here at $602.72. I don't see it going there today, but over the next few days, we will be monitoring the SOXX, and that is your swing trade short level, the entry price or initial entry price, knowing that you've got additional resistance sitting right here about $615.27. My stop out on this trade would be a close above $618.82 and exiting the trade. ARM's getting a nice push. Never got down to the $335.38 level. That is a nice gap. We did get close to that level, and it looked like we were going to sell off a little bit more on ARM today, but now we're starting to push up a little bit higher. So we have this basically this gap window right here at $380.55. For those of you who are aggressive, you could start your trade there for a day trade, knowing that you have this major gap in the charts at $393.68. I still like this upswing trend line. I'm going to get rid of this one right here. However, we're monitoring this on a logarithmic time frame. Pivot low here, secondary hit, third hit. Price got rejection after it broke below. We got rejected again right up above the $410 level. So I still like this for a swing short. After this continued move to the downside, this gives me further confidence that this upswing trend line is still intact as resistance. So swing trade 410.92 is your entry price, knowing you could always stop out at 428.24 on a daily closing basis above. Talk about support on SanDisk. Look at this. Pivot low here, secondary hit, third hit, fourth hit, fifth hit, sixth hit. Now, we did get below this low pivot in the charts, or below this upswing trend line. But look at how it got saved today. I was actually going to mention that this $1,694.98 level was going to be resistance. It's already hit that level. So this is a prior gap in the charts, which it's getting a little bit of a rejection as I'm recording. So now this level is off the table. You could look for this previous gap in the charts. If it does push up, $1,716 is where you would start your your day trade short level. Less aggressive traders, conservative traders, 1759.05 is a gap on Thursday that was created, and that would be your entry price. Okay, CIEN was getting a drawdown. I have this gap in the charts sitting at $447.88. Look at this upswing trend line. Pivot low, secondary hit, third hit, fourth hit, fifth hit. Look at how many times it hit on this, finally broke, and then made a continuation move. Not only this day, but also on today as well. So Monday doesn't guarantee that this is going to continue to sell off. So what I'd be looking for is price action to continue to consolidate up a little bit higher. My shortable level on a swing trade basis would be a retest of this upswing trend line, especially if we can get it at this gap in the charts sitting at $619.82. If you're aggressive today, you have this gap that was created on the 4th of June at $535.04. Now that has a huge potential move to the upside, but a day trade, if we did get up 13%, that is where I'm looking to short CIEN. NVDA, ton of price consolidation. If you haven't seen this, my trend lines in all the charts, go to my previous videos on NVIDIA to see where those were drawn, and it gives you a good example of how I'm seeing the charts. But for a day trade today, if we can push up to $214.53, that'll be a great opening price of the red bar candle before the sell-off on Friday. So aggressive traders, $214.53. And this is something that I would look to short today in the live day trading room on an aggressive trade for a long. If for some reason we get a continued sell-off on NVIDIA or a sell-off, you have this gap that was created on Friday's close until the opening price today, which was all the way up to $210. So if we can get down to $205.10 again, this is your long play for NVIDIA. AVGO had this nice sell-off, did end up getting to $86.65. Look at this pivot top. Got all the way down there. It actually closed below. Notice there was no continuation move to the downside. So I still like this as a long level, knowing that if it does start closing below it again on a daily closing basis, this is where you'd exit. So I'm looking at 386.65 for a day trade today. If we go up a little bit higher today, your aggressive swing trade or short level on a day trade is $410.50. Little bit more conservative trader, you would look for this $420 pierce. It would just be right above this gap in the charts at 419.19, but I would wait for a pierce of 420 to enter a short trade on AVGO. OKLO is getting a nice bid to the upside as well. Did fill the gap, and now we're getting a nice bid from earlier in the morning. I'm still looking at this $55.81 level. If we can get a sell-off, that is where I'd go long, as long as we get some support on the SPX. Last but not least, MU. Upswing trend line. Pivot low here. And this is without, this is with the logarithmic chart. First hit, secondary hit. Just similar to what's going on with the SOXX, never came back down and retraced this upswing trend line. We also have this secondary upswing trend line. Pivot low here, secondary hit, price consolidated, got above it slightly, but then got a nice fade off of this upswing trend line. Finally got above it. We got below it again, but now all of a sudden we're reattacking it. So this is a little bit more bullish on Micron. So what I'd like to see on MU is this primary upswing trend line to get taken out, get another close below this low pivot in the charts or this gap at $863.85. Once we do that, then we're reattacking this upswing trend line, and that would be bearish on the chart for MU. I would be looking at $776.01 for the initial bounce, knowing that it could go down as low as $750.46. On a day trade today, though, I'm looking at this $996 level for a swing short. For a day trade short. Swing short, look at this gap right here at $1,079.89. That is where I'd be looking to swing trade this. And the reason I like this as a level is it gives me an idea of where I can stop out. So if we do start closing above $1,100 on MU, I can always exit this trade and look for another potential reversal signal before I re-entered it for a swing short. Awesome. Lot of different price action going on in the markets. Right now, the afternoon float has begun, so hopefully we can get up to these resistance levels to take advantage of shorts. And then on the downside, if the markets do decide to roll over towards the end of the day, for at least for some of these charts, we do have some aggressive long levels, so we can play both sides of it if it allows us to. We got to take what the charts give us, and that's the way trading works. And right now, we're just getting this float up. And so let's see if we can get to some resistance level. That's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you guys are getting something out of this, please make sure you're liking, you're following, subscribing, and then more importantly, ringing that bell so that way you can get notified when these videos drop at 12:30 p.m. So that's what I have for you guys. We'll see you next time in the charts. You guys have a great rest of your day.